It's not always easy to lose gracefully. Sometimes your frustration gets the better of you. Today we're going to watch some duels from the perspective of the Conqueror, one of For Honor's most rage-inducing characters. Let's get started. For our first match, we're going up against a Lawbringer, and this fight definitely favors the Conqueror. We have tools in our arsenal that can shut down a lot of what the Lawbringer wants to do. Specifically, the shield uppercut that we can feint from our heavy attacks will shut down the Lawbringer's parry attempts. His heavy attacks are just way too slow. His feints very, very easy to bash onto, and already we're seeing that coming out. But the good side for the Lawbringer, he's got a lot of wiggle room with his massive health pool, so he can really play with that. And if he keeps dodging out of the way of our shield bashes and punishing with the shove, and if we fail to dodge out of the way of the light attack, he will get the advantage. And this is where our opponent's going to run into trouble. If he keeps dodging backwards, he's not going to get any potential for punishment. He's got to go to the side. He's got to take the risk and get the big reward because of it. Trying to set up a bit of a mix-up there while the Lawbringer was out of stamina. We charged up our heavy attack, making it unblockable, feinted it. The Lawbringer not going to go for the parry. So we didn't get anything from that out of stamina state. It's a bit unfortunate. We still have a long way to go, but the Lawbringer is going to run out of stamina a second time. We're turning on the pressure, going for that unblockable attack again, and he is going to fall. We got him knocked down. Unfortunately, doing some wonky attempt at a max punish there is not going to net us very much. We may as well have just charged up the heavy a second time and thrown that out instead of doing what we did. Now at this point, the Lawbringer is on borrowed time. When you have that small sliver of health remaining and you're fighting against the Conqueror, it's only going to take one or two more shield bashes to finish you off, and it's going to come for us in the form of a heavy feinted into the shield uppercut and the confirmed light. So we did a nice job with those mix-ups, charging up that unblockable attack, the Lawbringer not falling for the bait the first time, but the second time we could have gotten a much bigger punish, especially if we went for something simple. And I talk a lot about max punishes and the fact that you got to learn them, but hold on a minute, the Lawbringer is trying to impaling charge us off the map, but we are going to get saved by the railing. That was a pretty close one. He even shoved us afterwards. That could have sent us over. We tried to return the favor there by throwing him, but our arm not strong enough. He's not going to make it to the ledge. Going back to max punishes, they're very important to learn if you're looking to master a character. When the opportunity arises for you to use one, you most certainly want to take advantage of it. Now we've got two very defensive characters fighting each other right now. The Lawbringer wants to find a parry. I want to find full blocks. I want to hit him with that shield bash, get my little bits of guaranteed damage and peck him down as much as possible. But I also have to be very careful about my stamina, and it looks like the Lawbringer does as well, having a little bit of a dance party while we're both taking a breather. But as soon as we catch our breath, the battle of attrition begins again. Just one shove after another, one shield bash after the next. And the Lawbringer getting a little bit greedy again, and he is now out of stamina. He's got his back against the ledge. It looks like we are still holding a grudge because the Lawbringer tried to knock us off at the beginning of the round, but no revenge is going to come to us this time. And that may have cost us the round. We are at the very last sliver of health with a little bit extra. One more heavy attack from the Lawbringer should finish us off, so we got to be very careful. Now, one thing that I've noticed is we're getting a lot of damage from feinting our heavies into the shield uppercut. The Lawbringer using the impaling charge, nailing us against the wall, but he messed up the confirmed heavy attack that he was supposed to get. And unfortunately, we're not going to get any damage on him while he was out of stamina. So again, one of the dangers of being too thirsty for parries is you'll get caught by soft feints and repeatedly punished. And we've got the Lawbringer out of stamina once again, but a heavy attack is going to put us out. We're doing a little dance, saying rah, 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 but the Lawbringer not having any of that. Unfortunately, he threw his heavy just a little bit too late. We're just going back and forth, trading stamina for stamina. We got the guard break, missed out on the heavy attack, but thankfully we followed up with a shield bash to get the kill. Now, one more thing we can say about shield uppercut is that it is great for catching slow, heavy attacks when they get feinted. It's also great at tracking dodges. So the Lawbringer here tried to dodge out of the way of our heavy attack. We go for that shield uppercut. Unfortunately, we delayed the light a little bit too much and didn't get to confirm. Now, from the looks of it, we've got this one in the bag. The Lawbringer looking for the impale to start off the round, and that's going to reduce his stamina to basically nothing. Unfortunately, we're a little bit low ourselves, so we can't really pressure him too much. Knocking him to the ground, using that as an opportunity to charge up the flail, but we're going to stop again because we're low on stamina, and we've been thrown into a puddle and taken down. So that's going to be the end of us. Not really much we can say there, except that water does look kind of dirty. They might need to get the pool guy to come and clean this up. Sanctuary Gardens would be much prettier if it had nice, clear water. Still sitting on match point as we head into round number 4. Going for that charging shield bash, the Lawbringer going to send out a top heavy, giving himself a fantastic lead to start off the round. Now, one thing that this Lawbringer player isn't doing enough of is poking us with his top light. That is his fastest attack, and if he gets a good read on our shoulder bash, if he can figure out our patterns, then he can interrupt us on the startup of our shield bash. But at this point, he's, I'm sure, very frustrated because he is out of stamina yet again, and that's a very dangerous place to be against the Conqueror. He's going to get baited by our feint, knocked to the ground, and we went for the traditional punish there. Now he's turned his back on us, and he's evaded our shield bash by going into the Shadow Realm. For our next match, we're going Conqueror versus Gladiator. These are two very powerful characters with a nice set of strengths and weaknesses. So overall, I'd say it's pretty even. Though I have to say that the Gladiator does have unsafe dodge attacks, so if they go for those a lot and I block them, then I'll get a free guard break. So that's something that I've got to look for and my opponent has to be careful about. But the overall kit for the Gladiator is very powerful. They have a lot of melee attacks that remove your HUD, making it difficult to react to their follow-ups if you don't have a good read on what their patterns are. With that in mind, though, the Conqueror has a lot of tools at his disposal as well, and so far they're working, but not well enough. The Gladiator has a health lead on us. We've only got 2 bars remaining, so that's 2 heavy attacks to put us in the grave, or maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 toe stabs. That should do it for us, right? Landing a guard break, throwing him against the wall, getting that top heavy. 1 more should do it for us, or even 2 shield bashes, and we'll put him in the grave. Dodging out of the way of the first part of the Gladiator zone, getting caught by the second, but our opponent getting a little dodge happy, getting caught with the guard break and executed. So the first round is going to go to us. That one really could have gone either way. We did a good job of catching those dodges. Those guard breaks at the end really helped us seal the deal. Now this round did a really great job of showcasing the power of the Gladiator and the difficulty that I have dodging out of the way of the toe stabs and even their melee attacks. That zone, we got to be sure to dodge to the right so we don't get hit by that second part and we can punish accordingly. Going for the dodge attack to start off round 2, that's going to get promptly punished by a guard break. Now all these melee attacks are doing a number on our stamina. We're doing a good job of staying safe while we're out. The Gladiator's out of stamina pressure is definitely intimidating. Again, the zone attack coming out, but we dodge to the left and we get hit by the second part of the attack. Now the Gladiator did run themselves out of stamina, so this is our opportunity to strike back. We can go for those shield bashes, try and mix them up, but we're being a bit too predictable. We're going to have to try and think outside the box a little bit next time. Getting our feint caught by a guard break, not a good thing, especially when we're at such a low amount of health. The melee attacks coming out, but we blocked the follow-up. At this point, the deal has been sealed, but I've seen stranger things happen, but no fantastic comebacks are going to happen today. We're going to get put on our ass. Damn. It's a bit unfortunate. We couldn't get a good rhythm going with this round. We were trying to feint our attacks into a guard break, and the Gladiator was following up with the dodge into the bash, and in this case, the dodge into a guard break, and that beat us both times. It's always a bit intimidating when you're fighting against someone that has an answer to all of the different strategies that you have. We're off to a pretty rough start in round number 3, getting caught by a guard break right away. The Gladiator going to run themselves out of stamina, so we do have at least a small opportunity to strike back, but we're not going to get anything out of it. Our throw didn't go in the right direction. Could have nailed him against the wall for a top heavy. I think this round is pretty much an open and shut case. The Gladiator is running away with it, barely taking any damage. Our shield bashes are starting to connect now, and the feint into the guard break worked this time while they were out of stamina. Unfortunately, we've run ourselves out. We only got a light attack out of that. They went straight for that toe stab. All the Gladiators seem to love the feat, but it's not going to connect. That attack is slower while you're out of stamina because it has a special knockdown property. Now we're really fighting for this one, trying to make sure that the Gladiator doesn't get a lead. They've dodged out of the way again, gotten that melee, and it blinded us. They went for a heavy, feinted it into a light on the opposite side, and that caught us off guard. Man, we were making a really good comeback. We had the momentum going, but just not enough hit points remaining. If we had just a little more, maybe a full bar, we could have done it, but we didn't. So we got to move into the next round while the Gladiator is on match point. The momentum not in our favor at all. It's going to be tricky to deal with that. We're off to a great start, though, dodging out of the way of the first toe stab. Our feint into guard break not working. We've got to stop going for that because we're getting severely punished every time we attempt it. This time going for the shield uppercut, the Gladiator dodging at the correct time, punishing us with a guard break. We are getting absolutely destroyed. This time, though, the dodge going to come at the wrong time, so we did manage to get our light attack. The attrition is very real. When playing as the Conqueror, when you're getting your ass whipped, it feels really bad to only deal 13 damage every time you swing your flail for that light attack. Now, the Gladiator may have made a fatal mistake here by running out of stamina, getting a bit too aggressive. The guard break not going to connect after we fainted. We're just a little bit too slow on the draw, so we're probably not going to get the kill here. But one more good guard break and we got it. But now it looks like only one more shield bash is required, so you best believe we're going to go for it. So that was a much better round for us. The shield uppercut was the MVP. We got a lot of those off, even though the first one was successfully countered. The shield uppercut by itself doesn't deal a lot of stamina damage, but if you're catching someone while they're in the middle of an action, like we caught the dodge melee attack, or if you catch somebody's dodge attack, a parry attempt, you're getting a hell of a lot of work done. So moving into the final round, hopefully we can take advantage of those again. Hopefully we can dodge out of the way of those toe stabs and walk away with the victory in this one. Getting a shield bash, going into the feint, into the guard break, but the Gladiator back dodging to safety. This match was recorded after the back dodge changes, so every character now has the same uniform distance and recovery time on their back dodges. And we just took a lot of damage there, 2 light attacks and a zone attack. We are in our last 2 segments of health while the Gladiator is near maximum. That is very bad. We're swinging wild at this point, trying to get a second wall splat, but this time not going to be that lucky, sending her up the stairs instead. We got our stamina back just in time to punish the toe stab with a guard break, but we missed the wall a second time. This is very bad for us. We're on that last sliver. A little bit of weird stuff going on with the terrain that may have saved us. I'm not entirely sure. And we get killed by the zone attack, and we're quitting to the world map. It's over, folks. We've rage quit. So I guess that's going to do it for us today, folks. We are going to wrap it up here by saying we did a pretty good job in the first match. We were taking advantage of that shield uppercut and putting the hurt on the Lawbringer every time he tried to go for a parry. In the second match, we were doing the same thing, trying to punish the Gladiator's responses with the shield uppercut, but they did a good job of punishing us, and they were laying on the hurt very, very thick with the toe stabs, the feints. They had a very strong game plan. With all of that said, we're going to end it here by saying the name of the game is For Honor. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you feel when somebody else rage quits because you whooped that ass. Does it send some confidence through your body, or do you feel bad that you ruined somebody's day by whooping them real good? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.